Lions are known as the kings of the jungle for a reason. With their massive size, powerful jaws, and sharp claws, encountering one in the wild can be a heart-stopping experience. In this video, we'll be showcasing some of the most terrifying lion encounters caught on camera. From close encounters with safari tourists to deadly lion hunts. Get ready to witness the wild nature of these powerful beasts in action. The group of tourists had been on a safari tour for a few hours, hoping to catch a glimpse of some of the Serengeti's famous wildlife. As they drove through the grasslands, they suddenly spotted 3 lions lounging under a tree just a few yards away. At first, the tourists were thrilled to see the lions up close, but their excitement quickly turned to fear as they realized just how close they were. The lions, however, appeared to be unperturbed by the humans' presence. They continued to lounge in the shade, occasionally lifting their heads to glance at the jeep. The tourists, meanwhile, were frozen in their seats, capturing this unusual sight. They had been warned not to make sudden movements or loud noises around the lions, so they remained as still and silent as possible. In this heartwarming encounter, we witnessed lion lover and trainer Kevin Richardson affectionately hugging one of his lions, Tao, in his wildlife sanctuary. As Richardson lets 3 of his lions out of their cage, Tao hops on him, wrapping his massive paws around him in a warm embrace. The two hug each other for several seconds, demonstrating the deep bond and trust between them. As Tao continues to hug Richardson, the other 2 lions playfully roam around them, seemingly happy to be out of their cage and enjoying the company of their human friend. Richardson gently strokes Tao's mane and nuzzles his face into the lion's fur, showing the level of trust and affection between them. It's a touching moment that showcases the unique relationship between humans and animals and the power of love and trust. For Richardson, this is just another day in his life as the Lion Whisperer, but for us, it's a reminder of the beauty and wonder of the natural world. In this heartwarming encounter, we see 2 lions eagerly greet their trainer as he walks towards them in their enclosure. They run towards him, paws outstretched, and jump over him in excitement. One of the lions, a female, licks his face affectionately, showing her love and trust for the man. The other lion, a male, lays down beside him, gently playing with his hand. As the trainer strokes the lion's fur and plays with them, their bond becomes even more apparent. They nuzzle him, rub their heads against him, and playfully paw at his hands. The lions' affectionate behavior towards their trainer shows the deep trust and love in their bond. For the man, their lions are his best friend who he has trained over years with his love, care, and expertise. In this chilling encounter, we witness a terrifying incident that took place during a live TV show. A hungry and furious lion cub attempts to grab a screaming toddler, causing chaos and panic in the crowd. The cub manages to get hold of the baby's leg with his claws, but thankfully, the people around and the host quickly intervene and get the cub away from the child. After the incident, the mother and child were understandably shaken up and traumatized by what had happened. The TV show producers were also left reeling, realizing the potential dangers of working with wild animals, especially on live TV. Everything happened in the blink of an eye, leaving the mother and the baby in shock and distress. The terrifying sight of a wild animal attacking a helpless child reminds us of how important it is to be cautious with kids around wild animals. Also, it's important to note that things could have been much worse if the cub had managed to take the child away. The injuries that could have been sustained would have been severe, if not fatal. In this encounter, a tiger in the jungle attacked an unsuspecting cow. The cow was walking peacefully at its pace, unaware of the predator lurking nearby. Suddenly, the tiger pounced on the cow with incredible speed and ferocity, overpowering it within seconds. The cow put up a brief struggle, but it was no match for the tiger's strength and agility. Unfortunately, the cow appeared weak and ultimately succumbed to its injuries. The tiger dragged the cow to a corner of the jungle, where it ate the flesh of the cow, shredding it with its sharp teeth. As seen in the encounter, the tiger's behavior suggests a predatory instinct to hunt and kill for survival. On the other hand, the cow looks scared, struggling to defend itself against the attack. However, the cow attempted to fight back, but ultimately succumbed to the tiger's strength. In this encounter, a lioness can be seen stalking a toddler who was innocently smiling while playing in front of the enclosure. The lioness appeared agitated and aggressive, and her predatory instincts were clearly on display as she paced back and forth along the glass. It was a heart-stopping moment for the toddler's friend, who could be seen going crazy playing with the lion. The glass enclosure provided a barrier between the lioness and the toddler, preventing physical harm. While the toddler may have been safe behind the glass, it was undoubtedly a frightening experience for all involved. It was a day like any other for a family living with their pet lion. As seen in the video, the lion's playful mood took a more intense turn as he pounced on one of the family members, pinning him down on the ground in a show of strength. But rather than being afraid, the man seemed to enjoy the rough play as the lion hopped on him furiously. The lion roamed freely around the house, playing with family members and even enjoying a game of ball. As the lion sat down on the floor, the lady fed him meat that he enjoyed. Throughout the evening, the lion continued to move freely around the house, exploring his surroundings and enjoying the company of his human family. The lion's playful antics were a joy to behold, and his affectionate nature toward his family members looks lovely on the screen. In this encounter, a stranded male lion found himself in a precarious situation as he sat on a rock in the middle of a river surrounded by a group of angry hippos. The sight of a lion on a rock in the water was unusual as lions are not great swimmers and typically avoid entering bodies of water. As the lion sat on the rock, the hippos began to circle around it, growing increasingly agitated. Suddenly, one of the hippos charged towards the lion, forcing him to jump off the rock and into the water. Another hippo followed suit, but the lion was fortunate enough to escape unharmed. Upon further investigation, it was discovered that the male lion was a young nomad, not one of the dominant males in the area. As young males often roam around until they establish their own territory, it was apparent that this lion had wandered into the wrong territory, and the hippos were not going to let him off easily. It was a truly unique and captivating sight to witness the interaction between these two species in the wild. As three lions were cautiously crossing a river, they had an unexpected encounter with a hippo. The hippo, known for its aggressive nature, spotted the lions and immediately charged toward them with lightning-fast speed. The lions, caught off guard, tried to evade the hippo's path by swimming towards the opposite bank. But the hippo was determined to show its dominance, and without hesitation, it attacked one of the lions with its massive jaws. The lion was lucky to have managed to escape with its speed, but it was clear that the hippo wasn't going to let them cross without a fight. The struggle between the lion and the hippo continued as the lion tried to reach the other side of the river. The hippo, using its weight and powerful jaws, tried to intimidate the lion, but they were determined to reach the safety of the shore. Eventually, the lions managed to reach the land, panting and exhausted from the encounter.